wanted to share this exercise that I was just practicing. I was going into a Pilates video because I haven't done Pilates in a class for ages, and it feels so good. And Pilates is such a great way to learn how to use your core really deeply, how to use the deep, deep stabilizers of your spine. So they're the important muscles. They're not just the superficial six-pack, which, you know, looks good. Superficial six-packs look great, except they aren't really so stabilizing for your spine. So in Pilates, the first thing you do is you keep what's called a neutral spine. And you keep a natural, like for me, I'm going to have an arc in my low back. But you're not arcing up, of course. You're actually pulling up through the rib cage. And that feeling is like you're pulling your shirt up over your head this way. And then the hips are pulling down this way so that you've got lots of space in between your hips, which you can always feel because the tips of the ischium are always sticking out. It doesn't matter how voluptuous you are. You'll always feel that. And then the first floating rib is the first one that you feel when you come in. It's the first one. And you get space in between the floating rib and the tip of the hip, the ischium. So you spread there. Pardon me, that's called a neutral spine. So you have your natural arc, and you're pressing your feet down. Now, what I did for this one is I got a block. So if you have a block, and not everybody has a block, but if you have a block, you can put it in between your knees. And if you don't have a block, you could use, you know what, you could use a book, a hardcover book, and you could tie something around it, like an old tie, an old man's tie or something. It doesn't have to be an old man's tie, but an old tie, and you can tie that around the book and then put it in between your knees. And then you've got your stabilizing. And then you rest back, the back of the head presses into the floor, your shoulders are released, and then you press on the bottoms of your feet. Keep the neutral spine. Gaze is just towards the ceiling. Make sure the neck and jaw are relaxed. And then you press into your feet. You come up, you're pressing the book or the block together, and then you squeeze at the top there, and squeeze the block, and really squeeze, and do a couple of pulses in the air. So it's kind of like having sex in the air. And you're keeping your upper body totally relaxed. Now really press down on the insides of your feet, okay? So towards the base of your big toe, really press down there. And do these little lifts. Now it's not that you're trying to pump up, like pulsate up, like a gyration or something. It's actually that you're sending your tailbone out as if you have like a mouse's tail and someone's pulling your mouse's tail out. And then you send your tailbone out further. The backs of the arms are pressing down. Relax again the neck. And keep pressing the knees together. And this feels so good. It works all through the inner thighs and the inner hips. And it works the lengthening of the spine. And you do this for a few breaths. And then you come down. And then you come back up again. And you keep pressing on the insides of your feet. So shoulders are free. You keep sending the tailbone out. And truly, make sure everything's relaxed up here. Breathe in and out constantly. You're going to exhale as you lift, and breathe in as you come down. Exhale as you lift, breathe in as you come down. And then increase the speed. So little puffs. So you're exhaling. I'll be really loud with my breathing. Relax the jaw. I have a tendency to contract my face, so don't watch me. I hold a lot of tension there, so see if you can relax in through the neck and the shoulders. Try not to get a alarmed look on your face. Make sure you're released. And I can really feel that through the bum today, because I did a lot of running yesterday outside, and it was damp, and I can feel how tight the hips are. So the upper body is totally free. Keep sending the tailbone out. This feels amazing. And then slowly lower right from the top of the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. And then you're going to work the outside of your hips. And what I did was, you can use, in Pilates, they have like a round steel resistance circle. Now, barring that, you could take your man's tie, or whatever you bound your book with, and put that around your knees. I found one of the exercise bands in the studio, and I just put it around the tops of my knees, so don't put it on your kneecaps. And then lower down again. And same position, except instead of squeezing in, you're going to squeeze out. So you exhale, lift, upper body totally relaxed, relax the jaw. And then you're going to come up, send your tailbone out, shoulders press back, of course, and you just press out. So you're pulsing the knees out. See if you can use the outsides of your hips here, because that's the area that you're really activating. Remember to relax the jaw, relax the neck. Keep pressing on all four corners of your feet. Keep the shoulders free. Do a little bit of a smile, because it releases your jaw, your mandible. And it's a fact that when you're smiling, you actually have less tension. And you also, you relax your nervous system. So the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response in the body, doesn't kick in. You get more of the parasympathetic nervous system kicking in. And parasympathetic nervous system is what you would want activating more in your body. It's kind of like being totally relaxed before you step up to the plate if you were playing baseball or doing anything else that you're about to do something, do a golf swing, go down the hill on skis or jump on your bike, and anything that you're totally relaxed, you perform, your muscles perform much better. So here it is like a performance. You're sending your tailbone out, but you're also using a yogic kind of attitude that everything is staying long instead of squeezing your bum, staying long through the spine and keeps pulsing the knees out. And it's sexy. And it feels really good. And it'll turn everybody on. But if you could just, keep breathing and keep pressing down on the feet. And then just a couple more. I can really feel this through here today. So you're lifting up and then come all the way down. So can you start at the top of the spine and then come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Then you come back up, press into your feet again, peel the tailbone up, relax the shoulders, and pulse out again. Continue to press on the feet. Continue to relax the upper body. You can really feel this through the hips. It feels really strengthening. And I can feel the burn in through the buttocks. So again, pulsing the knees out. Breath is steady. Do relax the forehead and the jaw. They're not involved. Really, you just want to feel the length. And there's a straight line that happens from your shoulders, the shoulder blades actually, right through to your knees. And keep pulsing out. And your breath is steady. And a couple more. Wow, can feel this. And then come down. And that's it. That's all we'll do. I was inspired to show this to you today because when I was driving to my first client this morning, it was 7:30 in the morning, and I loaned my car to somebody, and she had on the radio, I think it was Boom radio station. It was some station, and they were playing some call-in thing where they had a question, and you had to call in and answer the question. And the question was, what does every woman have $400 worth of? And she's not using it. And so the woman that was on the radio with the guy asking the question said, book or gift certificates. So she said she had a lot of gift certificates in her wallet that she'd never used up in time, and they would easily go over $400. And then another woman called in and said shoes. And the guy said clothes. So the next call was, they got it, and they said clothes that are too small. And my heart sank. Like I was in traffic, completely stopped in gridlock, and I felt like, wow, that is so true. I know so many women that have tons of clothes in their closet, myself included, that don't fit right anymore. It's like, a little bit tight or bunchy somewhere. And so they're keeping them there, just under the hope, wish, desire that possibly one day they're going to fit just as great as they did that they tried them on. Or maybe they actually tried those clothes on and bought them hoping or wishing that they would fit them better later. it sank because I felt like I've never been a big believer in hope. Hope doesn't sound like a very good thing to me. It means that I'm arresting my happiness. It means that my happiness is going to be based on when peace happens, or when world peace happens, or when I fit into my skirt. Same concepts for some women's minds. And right away I thought, I'm going through my closet and I'm going to take out all the things that I used to love to wear, but now just don't quite cut it. Because last year, this area of my body softened, and I call them bumps. And everybody goes, oh please, but this area softened. And now when I wear the dresses that I wore, I feel the bumps because I'm wearing nylons underneath. And so there's this bump, and my skin is softened. And at 46, this area has changed. So I'm going to go through my closet, and I'm going to take out all the things that are taking up mental space and physical closet space, and take them out. Because I have a feeling that I'm done with those clothes, and that I need something that is going to enliven me to be in this body now, not in what I'm hoping it will go back to. And funnily enough, I started doing that last night, and I emptied a garbage bag full, and I haven't finished. So clean out the closet so that when you go to your closet, your clothes are something you put on that feels like you now. Not something that you're attempting to fit into after Christmas or after New Year's, or some kind of idea about how your body's supposed to be. Because the only way to live in your body is to be in it as it is, and to let its energy drive all of your actions. Because when you feel the energy of your body as it is, no ideas about how it's supposed to be, you have much greater energy, much greater circulation, prana, chi flowing through your body.